Hey trader, and welcome back to IFX, and I'm going to teach you how you can trade more efficiently. At the end of the day, we all want to make pips, but the market, if you're analyzing 10 or 15 pairs, sometimes it can be hard, in analyzing the market, and also it can get confusing if you don't have a set strategy, right? And you're not as fast as you would if you're analyzing 10 pairs. You got 10 alerts right away, and then you don't know where to enter and what to do. So I'm going to teach you right now what you can do right now. Let's say you want to use the M and the W strategy that I have taught you before, and how you can use this to your benefit using the EA. Many of you are very afraid of using an EA because you don't know, it's like you lost control of the market. Anyways, one of the main things that you need to understand is that you do not have control of the market. Of course, yes, when you decide when to enter and when not. But when you use the EA, the way I'm going to teach you is that you're going to have total control. Why? Because you're going to decide when the EA is going to take that trade. So what do I mean by this? Okay, so we have the EA. We already have a strategy, which is going to be the M and the W formation, or any other strategy that you have, that you've been using, right? So you can download 10 pairs or 15 pairs, and you have to download the EA on each chart. So the way I have it here set it up is actually very, very simple. Again, you have to set up your lot size in here, and you also want to have what type of block are you going to enter. So we're going to have the reversal block entry, 15-minute time frame, and then we're going to use it on 21 settings for right now. And everything else we can set it up to false. No filters whatsoever in here, and we're just gonna have to, at the end of the chart right over here, at the end of here, we're just gonna pick how many take profit, where do we want the EA to take our take profit, right? So could it be 25 pips of ADR or 30 pips? That's really up to you. If you leave it to 0, then you will have to close that trade yourself. So you can decide what you want to do. Let's just set it up for now as 25 pips of ADR. I'm just going to set it to OK. And we're going to do that to every single chart that we see on the graph, on the MT4. Again, you can set it up to how many pairs you want. Now, you sit on the computer and you have it on manual, so it's not going to take a trade for you. All you wanted to do is that you're going to analyze every single pair every morning, or as you're actually trading, right? So when you click on $CAD, let's just say I'm like, $CAD looks actually right now for a buying position. It actually looks good. So what I can do is one or two things. I want to say I want it only for $CAD to buy. I can actually leave it just as it is, or I can actually just say only buys in here on auto trading settings and type of entry orders. We just want to say only buys, right? I go to OK, and then I'm like, you know what? If I get another block, another reversal block, I would like the EA to buy for me, right? So I'm going to set it to auto, and then that's it. I forget about this pair just until I go back to it to analyze. Maybe anything has changed. If it has not taken a trade anytime soon, maybe within an hour or two, then I'll go back and analyze to see what is going on. But so far, it looks good for a buy entry. Why? Because I'm above the mid-level. We have a daily candle that is bullish. So you know what? There could be a good possibilities that maybe I would like the EA to buy for me. Okay, now I go to euro dollar. There was a student who actually asked if there was a sell entry for information. It was a good information right over here. If we look at it, the market, what did the market do? It just pretty much, it went up over here. It gave us a block. It went down to find another block. And then right here, it gave us another block, which it came back down again. So it's like somewhat an information. We are below the daily prior day mid-level. We have a daily bearish candle. So actually everything looked really good for a sell entry. So if by any chance, when I was looking at the market, we were somewhere around here, right? You know, none of it has happened. But if I take it, actually, I analyze the market, I'm like, you know what? There are good possibilities that I want the EA to sell for me. So I could either, again, you can just, if you're close to, like the market is going up, then I'm like, you know what? Anytime when the market gives me a reversal block, I would like for it to sell. So you can either change the direction, very quick type of entry orders. You just want it to sell only. Again, you will have to remember about this to change it up, because if you don't change it, then, you know, it's gonna make an error, you know, because if you want it only to buy, only to sell, or both directions. So right now, let's just say I only want it to sell, right? So none of this has happened. And whenever I get a block, then the market is going to enter for me, or the EA is going to enter for me. And if I set it up to somewhat 25 pips right of ADR, somewhere around like that, it would have already taken out a profit on this pair. So I just go on every single pair and analyze what are the conditions. If it's a good conditions, if it looks very juicy, if I like it, then I set it to auto. If I don't, then I just leave it as it is. And then I go back and see what is going on, if anything new has changed, you know, maybe some news or maybe something going up that maybe I can change it. If I go back, let's just say nothing has happened on euro dollar, I go back and I don't like it anymore the way I look at it, I just change it back to M, and it's not going to take a trade. So it's pretty much very, I would say it's much better instead of you waiting for that entry to happen. But if you analyze just a little bit ahead of time, and then you can see that, hey, this is what I wanted to do. This is what I want to sell already. But I'm not going to wait for that block entry right now, because, you know, maybe you might be doing something else, or you might be analyzing all the pairs along the way. So all you do is set it to auto, and then that's it. The same thing that you would do, the EA is going to do it for you, and much better. Okay. So again, if you have 10 pairs, I would suggest to start with 5 to 8 pairs, and then analyze it as you go. You know, pound New Zealand, what do I want it to do? What am I analyzing, and what is it that the market is doing? And depending on what I see, then I would just set it to auto, and then that's it. You can do this on any time frame. Right now we're looking at M15, but let's say you like 5 minutes, so you can literally go down to 5 minutes and actually set up the blocks to be on M5, you know, to enter on M5, whether you want it to be a reversal block or a trend block, or whatever settings you wanted. You change the time frame, and everything else could be false, unless if you want any filter, you could do so. You can add it, maybe like a moving average, you can do that. Or if you only wanted to go in the direction of the daily candle, or maybe even a 4-hour candle, so you can set it to true. So that way, this way, you know, you're not waiting for that signal to happen. You pretty much have already analyzed the market, and then all you do is waiting for that block to happen and that entry to happen. So I set it up, and then I just say auto. Within an hour or two, if nothing has happened, I can go back to that pair and analyze it. If I don't like anything else, I don't really like it, everything is totally disrupted, I set it back to M, and then that's it. Nothing is going to happen. So this is very, very efficient. Why? Because you don't have to pretty much wait. All you do is analyzing ahead of time, seeing what are the possibilities that a trade is going to happen in the direction that, you know, that you're analyzing, and then that's it. Or if you like to trade 1 hour and you like to only trade blocks in the 1 hour time frame, so you can do so as well. All you do again is change it in here. You change the direction, right? On auto trading settings, you know, if you have it both directions, you can do so. You can leave it like that, or you change the direction. And all you do in here is change the block. You change it back to 1 hour, and you can change it maybe to 21. Maybe you can look at information also on 1 hour, and you can go to OK. So let's say right now, I'm like, you know what? The market might look good to sell maybe for tomorrow. But again, this is more or less as you're trading currently. Like, you're not leaving the EA do all the work. You're doing the work ahead of time. All you're doing is letting it take a trade for you in the meantime, right? If you're analyzing 10 pairs and you have 10 alerts coming up, you might be too slow, or you might get too emotional that you might not take the trade. So that's one of the mistakes that we make sometimes, is that, hey, should I take it? Should I not? What do I do? Oh my God, we kind of like freak out, and then sometimes make mistake that way. So this way, by doing some analysis ahead of time, you're already expecting what the market should be doing next. Of course, it's never 100%, but at least you're being more efficient, and the EA is taking that trade for you, and all you just guiding the EA to take that trade. If it takes it and it works out, wonderful. If it doesn't, well, it's just, you would do that same thing anyway. So let me know what you think about this. Like the video, share the video if you know anybody who's interested in trading the markets, and sign up to the Telegram channel. So I will see you around.